best-selling female artist ever, Shania Twain. Rough childhood, rough into her marriage, lost the desire to sing in public, wanted to go to sleep and never wake up once she found out her husband was messing around with her best friend, her confidant. Things are better now. She's improving. She's married to that woman's ex-husband. It gets a little crazy, and she was going to be on the show earlier, but it's been, talk about crazy, traffic alone yesterday in New York City when Obama was there doing the Ground Zero thing, and I was supposed to talk to her before, but she'd been caught up in all kinds of crazy things. Ladies and gentlemen, Shania Twain.
Good morning.
Shania, gosh, another hectic day, huh?
Yeah.
I guess you kind of get used to it after a while, or no?
Yeah, it's okay.
So I saw you on Oprah, and I'm not going to ask you to read part of your book to us like Oprah did, but I guess enjoyed isn't the right word considering the subject matter, but I appreciated it.
Thank you.
No, I thank you because, as we've seen on Facebook, a lot of people have been thanking you because, we need to hear this. So many of us have been in situations you've been in, not only in personal relationships, but, growing up in dysfunctional or volatile or unpredictable family situations and learning to repress those feelings early on. And I remember my brother and myself growing up, and the first thing we asked every morning, he'd say, "Hey, Jeff, what kind of mood is Dad in?" or whatever. And then you base everything you did on that for the day.
Absolutely. We all have struggles, and I think very few people ever, get to their 30s and 40s who can't say that they, had some, childhood issues somewhere along the way growing up, da-da-da-da. My reward in sharing it publicly, because trust me, it's hard for me to do it. It's not a comfortable place for me. I've always been very private, but I've been too private. So just like what you just said, if people... You learn a skill of staying under the radar and hiding what you're going through from everybody else.
Yeah.
And I've done that in both my professional and my personal life, never sharing enough at all. And it's been very hard on me and not healthy. So I realize how hard it is for people like me who work very hard at hiding what they're going through, whether it's, their sexuality, whether it's a drug and alcohol problem, whether it's a domestic problem. You get really good at hiding that stuff if you want to. And I wanted people to know that, look, I'm not just going to tell you that I understand. I'm going to tell you why I understand. And this is my testimony, and I hope you relate. And if you do relate, I hope you benefit.
Talking with Shania Twain. She's got her own TV show, Why Not with Shania Twain, premiering this Sunday, Mother's Day, on Oprah's own TV network. And her autobiography, From This Moment, went on sale Tuesday. We'll talk more about that with Shania Twain. Coming up. Shania Twain, what a wonderful life into a very not-so-wonderful life when you find out, your husband tells you the marriage is over, and only then do you find out he's been cheating with your BFF. Situation for Shania Twain, who's recovering after a few years of being in the biggest funk on the planet. And, I don't know where she went on the planet. She couldn't escape from it. Now she's back. She's got her book out and her TV show, Why Not with Shania Twain, premiering this weekend on the OWN network. It has to have been helpful for you to come out and talk about this and find out that so many of us go through so much of the same thing.
It's very liberating. And it's really therapeutic to hold hands around that campfire in a community spirit. Again, knowing that you're not alone. Also, knowing that there is no boundary in that sense between celebrities and an everyday person.
Right. And going back to your family, I know you very much appreciated your father for a variety of reasons, as I did. My dad was a good man. He had this unpredictable side to him that threw a monkey wrench into the mix. And, you keep going back. You could maybe go back to his childhood, and then he could go back to his dad's childhood. And we keep handing down this dysfunctional, I don't know what it is. It's crazy. But, your dad was a good man, though, really. You said that on Oprah.
He was a good man.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I loved him very much, and he deserves my respect. But I can't condone his behavior. So it's very important to also say that, this behavior is unacceptable. I don't hate him for it. I'd rather understand it.
Yeah.
That's so much more helpful in every way for yourself personally.
Right. About your marriage that fell apart, what were your previous relationships like, if there were any? Had you been in love before, and had you experienced the roller coaster that love and the lack of it can be, before the collapse of your marriage? I'd
had very good and healthy relationships before I was married. I was very lucky in that regard. I've always been a very, I don't know if I would say easygoing, but I've always enjoyed partnership and romance, and I've always believed in love. So I think when you believe in it and you're open to it, it comes to you. And I've been lucky there. I've only had one relationship that I would say was bad for me out of all my teens and young adult life until I was married. So I can't complain there.
I'll leave it to folks to read your book From This Moment to try to untangle the crazy quadrangle of relationships you found yourself in and out of. But how do you sum it all up in your mind at this point in time?
Oh, I sum it all up as a fantastic experience. The back cover of the book sums everything up. When life goes without a hitch, where is the challenge, the opportunity to find out what you're made of?
There's no growth.
That really does sum it up.
Yeah, without those challenges, there's no growth, and that's what it's all about.
You got to stay optimistic, even in the darkest hour. You've got to find that. Force yourself to find that.
Shania, thanks. I think they're making you go now, right?
Yes, they are.
I'm out of time. All the best. We'll be watching your show.
Thanks.
Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shania now happily married to Frederick Thibault with a brand new show, Shania Twain, or Why Not with Shania Twain, premiering this Sunday on the OWN network, and with her new book, From This Moment, on sale now.